Hi, my name is Thomas Caton. I am the founder and owner of TractorMat. Today, we're in rural Seward, Nebraska at TractorMat's warehouse. TractorMat is the first company ever to offer custom-fitted, removable floor mats for farm equipment and soon-to-be construction equipment. As a kid, I grew up working my dad's farm equipment dealership, and I was often awarded the fun task of cleaning the equipment that had just came in on trade. One of the most time-consuming tasks, often taking 20-30 minutes, was having to clean the cab, in particular the floor of the cab. There was simply no easy way to clean it. The only way was to drag a shop vac all the way up to the cab and vacuum it out. I then had to scrub the floor until it was black as I could get it. I knew there had to be a more efficient way, but it wasn't until January of 2016 of my sophomore year of college that the light bulb finally went off. I was in bed staring at the ceiling, trying to think of business ideas, like I do most nights, but this time I was trying to think of a product that would help farmers take better care of their equipment and preserve the life of it so it had a better resale value. I was having no luck. I then started brainstorming products used in the automobile industry that preserve the life of vehicles. All of a sudden it came to me, custom fitted floor mats. I immediately got on my phone and Googled floor mats for tractors. To my surprise, there was nothing. I then spent the next half hour trying to see if there was a company that made anything close to floor mats for farm equipment, and there was still nothing. At that moment, I knew my idea was a winner. The next morning, I jumped out of bed and started making my first homemade prototype out of paper and cardboard. I then contacted a buddy from high school that I knew how to use CAD software. I was able to pay him to design some blueprints so I could present them to a prototype company. Unfortunately, the prototype company that I met with couldn't help me out because the product I needed was too big. However, he did tell me the type of manufacturing I would need to use, which is called vacuum forming. So when I got home that day, I Googled vacuum forming manufacturers around me. The closest one was in Omaha, Nebraska. So the next day, I got a meeting set up with them, and after that meeting, I thought for sure they would be a perfect fit. However, they must not have felt the same way because a few days and 5 phone calls later, the gentleman never got back to me. I was very discouraged, but I knew this was just an obstacle. It turned out to be a blessing in disguise though, and the manufacturer I met with the next week was a complete home run. And I actually contributed a lot of TractorMat's success to this manufacturer. They not only had experience with custom fitted floor mats in the automobile industry, but they also gave me, a naive 20-year-old kid, a chance. And for that, I will forever be thankful. By the second week of May of 2016, I was in production with my first mat and had the first 50 mats show up. I immediately hit the pavement and started peddling mats out of my minivan to farm equipment dealers. During the first 2.5 months of being in business, I made over 300 phone calls and met with over 200 plus dealers. I racked up over 18,000 miles in that summer, but in that summer, I was able to do $100,000 in gross sales. In the first year of business, I ended up doing about $400,000 in gross sales, which equivalents to about 4,000 mats sold. We are now in our second year of business and have a dealer network of over 350 dealers across the United States. And actually 95% of those dealers are in rural communities. We are on track this year to double our gross sales from the first year. This is in large part because we now have the capabilities of co-branding with our dealers, such as this mat right here. Rather than our dealers just selling the mat over the counter as a part, they are now including a mat with every piece of equipment that they sell, now that they can have their name branded in the mat. Dealers do this for obvious reasons, to brand and because it preserves the life of the cab, which in turn increases resale value when the customer trades the machine back in. One of the best decisions I have ever made was hiring a full-time employee that managed my sales and marketing. This has allowed me to focus on the operations side of things, such as product development, logistics, and customer service. In the next 3 years, we will continue to expand our models across the agriculture industry and will also enter into the construction industry. We will start manufacturing mats and other cab replacement parts for pieces of farm equipment made from 1990 to 2010. Many of these tractor cabs have been worn through and need a complete overhaul after a certain point. Many farm equipment dealers will sell anywhere from 10 to 20 cab kits a year and 10 to 20 new seats a year to replace these old ones. Selling a TractorMat with each of these overhauls will be a natural fit for these dealers. If we win the $30,000, it will actually go towards the product development of cab replacement parts for older tractors. Right now, we are entirely focused on expanding our lineup of custom fit floor mats, but with the infusion of $30,000, we can then start production of cab kits without hurting our cash flow. And the new product lineup will then increase revenue by 30%, which would then help us do $1 million in gross sales in our second year of business. So yes, as we grow and start selling products other than floor mats, we will start competing directly with companies that have been in this space for many years. And yes, it will be a challenge to gain market share. However, we have built a reputation with our dealership network on providing a high quality product at a reasonable price, and that will not change as we grow into different products. We will also differentiate by having better relationships with our dealers and having a better overall customer experience. Our dealers have face-to-face interaction with my competitor salesmen only once or twice a year. So there is essentially no relationship with my competitors. In turn, they will see my salesmen in their store at least once a month. So to wrap this up, I appreciate your time, and I would like to present you a 50-second promo video showing you how easy it is to install and remove our products. Thank you.
Finally, farmers, ranchers, and other farm equipment operators have a solution to dirty cabs. Introducing TractorMat, a removable floor mat specifically designed for farm equipment. TractorMat can be installed in only a few seconds and is custom designed to fit a specific make and model. We guarantee that every TractorMat will fit like a glove inside your piece of farm equipment. Dirt, mud, oil, and grease. TractorMat holds its shape and strength to keep your equipment clean. When the mat's dirty, it can be removed as easy as it's installed. Once removed, TractorMat is durable enough to be cleaned by a power washer. Simply clean the mat and return it back to the cab. TractorMat is proudly made right here in the USA. With TractorMat, you won't have to worry about a dirty cab again.